What are the Virgin Voyages Rockstar benefits and perks? Because in case you missed it, things have changed over the last few years, and many Rockstars come onto the ship expecting something that's no longer offered anymore, or they're not aware of new things that are being offered. So in this video, I'm breaking down all the Virgin Voyages Rockstar and Mega Rockstar perks, because that's changed too. And let's kick it straight off with something that hasn't changed, which is priority boarding. When you book your Virgin Voyages sailing, normally it's this mad rush to download the app and check in on the app so you can get a good boarding time. But as a Rockstar, you don't have to worry about that. You automatically get priority boarding. That means 1:30 for Mega Rockstars, they're first on the ship. Then 1:45 for Rockstars, which is the same time as other priority boarding, Sailing Club, Splash of Romance, etc. But all Rockstars go through a different entrance. So what you see on the screen now is Terminal V in Miami, but no matter what port you're going out of, there's just a separate entrance and a separate experience for Rockstars that will feel a little bit more of a VIP, almost like an airport lounge experience. The other thing that gets priority boarding is your luggage. So if you choose to check your luggage, you'll have a separate Rockstar luggage tag that will indicate to the team that your luggage will get priority getting delivered to your stateroom. Both priority boarding and checking the luggage, those are optional things. You don't have to get on the ship early. You don't have to check your luggage. These are just things that you have an option to have as a Rockstar. The other thing you'll get is a black wearable. This is different than the standard red wearable, and this just helps the crew to identify that you're a Rockstar when you skip the line at shows or access Richard's Rooftop. So more tips like this coming up. And if you're new here, ahoy, I'm Christine Lozada. I'm here for you with helpful content, and my travel agent is here to get you a better deal than booking direct, a better deal than booking on the ship, a better deal than other travel agents. And even if you've already booked, make sure you're getting the best price for your Rockstar room and price compare it with us, because we got you every step of the way. Let's talk about this next important tip to know, because this perk has changed. And that's the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi options have changed. So Rockstars no longer get any kind of Wi-Fi. A free Wi-Fi is available to everyone on the ship. Rockstars now can just use the normal classic Wi-Fi. Before, they used to get premium, twice as fast. Mega Rockstars get work from sea, which is 5 times as fast. So Rockstars, no Wi-Fi available to you. Mega Rockstars, you get work from sea. Is that really that sad? Not really. I asked in our Facebook group what Wi-Fi most people use, and most people use just the classic Wi-Fi. But the thing that hasn't changed is your ability to do 2 things. One, have someone help you book everything. We'll talk about that in a minute. But the second is getting priority booking access. And this is for priority dining. So being able to book your brunches and dinners 15 days ahead of everyone else, and same thing with shore things. Your shore land excursions, being able to book them 15 days before anyone else. So your booking window and your ability to get the prime dinner time, see the other video, which is a really nice perk, and we'll talk more about how Rockstar agents will help you navigate your experience. But let's first talk about this next one that's an important one to talk about, which is the rooms. As a Rockstar, you get a larger, depending on the room type, and a more upgraded room experience than other sailors. The rooms and the decor, it just feels a little bit nicer than all the other cabins on Virgin Voyages. It's nice. And the other thing is you got that bathroom. The big marble bathroom, it is a significantly upgraded experience versus a normal sea terrace or insider or other standard bathroom. Plus, you get the Rockstar robes, and you also get the slippers, which is just nice to chill in the room and on your balcony with those items. Although, if I'm honest, I hated the shower in the massive suite. Talk about that in that video. This is how you know I don't work for Virgin Voyages. I'm gonna spit it how it is. So to quickly put things in perspective, on average, there are around 1,300 rooms on Virgin Voyages, 1,300 cabins, and only about 80 of them are Rockstar suites. different for Scarlet Lady. She's had a glow up, see that video. But in general, just expect to be the minority. 6% of the cabins on this ship are the Rockstar rooms. It's a little bit more exclusive. It will feel more exclusive, and the service you will get will also feel a little bit more exclusive. All that to say, the rooms are better. So you have the bigger bathroom, right? You got the big marble bathroom, and you also have a nicer mattress. The nicer mattress means that it doesn't have the seam in the middle. The other rooms, right? A sea terrace, you might be splitting the bed. You might have 2 beds in a sea terrace room. That's not the case for Rockstar. It's a single mattress, which means if you're sleeping in that room with someone you don't sleep in the same bed with, there are options for the peak of view. You might not want to watch them shower. And there are options for a couch, which is only available in some of the cabins. Watch the rooms video. I'll break it down for you over there. But the bed, I think it's soft. People tend to complain about it less. I'm specifically wording it that way because you can't make everyone happy with the softness of a mattress, but people tend to think that the mattress is way nicer in the Rockstar rooms. Depending on your room type, Megas will have things like guitars with amps and game consoles in the room, but one thing all Rockstars have is the record player. And they're starting to change out the record players because people don't take care of the records or they take them home, but they have a Bluetooth option so you can play your own music from them. It's kind of nice. Let's talk about drinking, because this is one of the perks you receive as a Rockstar. All Rockstars have an in-room bar with basically half-size bottles of all kinds of liquor. And for Rockstars, you get one in-room bar and it's not replenished. You can, and this has changed, you can switch out 1 to 2 bottles. How you switch them out, it kind of varies. It depends on how busy they are, what kind of inventory they have,
what kind of manners you have, and how you ask.
For Mega Rockstars, it's an unlimited in-room bar. So as you drink your entire bottle of Belvedere or Tito's, they'll replenish it with another one. Customizing your bar, which vodka, which gin, which fill in the blank you want, is something as a Rockstar you take care of once you're on the ship. As a Mega Rockstar, you'll be getting that call in advance for this, amongst other items, to talk through with your Mega Rockstar agent. You get a higher level of service. And FYI, I asked nicely for a bar that was completely Moet. I wanted every bottle removed and just all Moet. And they said kindly no, and I was understanding. So all Rockstars have their in-room bar, but Megas get something more. And this will feel like a very all-inclusive experience because it comes with unlimited drinks. Specifically, drinks that are $25 Moet or less around the ship at any of the bars are included. So you could walk up to Sip and get a glass of Moet, then walk up to On the Rocks and get a glass of Moet. Anything that's $25 or less is unlimited within reason. So a lot of people are messaging me all the time, oh, is there a timer? Can I order a drink 2.5 minutes later or 30 seconds later? Or this is where like Virgin Voyages is expecting us to act like adults, and a lot of us don't, which means they start putting
SOPs in place.
So this is why a lot of these things have changed. So I'll just put it this way. They're expecting you to act like an adult. Drink your unlimited drinks, enjoy it. Are you gonna go buy 300 people a free drink? They're gonna catch on to that, right? Just be normal. The other thing you get, which I loved, which is 2 bottles of wine up to $90. So if you're at Extra Virgin and you want a bottle of wine, anything that's $90 or less, 2 bottles are included with your cabin. This isn't per person in the Mega, this is per cabin, right? Whether you have 1 person or 2 people in your room, you get 2 bottles of wine, unlimited drinks, $25 or less. It's important to know that if you do go buy that bottle of Moet, it isn't paying the difference. So it isn't 105 minus 90 and you're paying $15 for the Moet. It's you pay the 105. In other words, they don't have a system set up to be able to pay the difference. There's plenty of great bottles to choose from. Just chill. Which, by the way, if you're getting some value out of this video, cheers that like button, consider subscribing. And I know a lot of smart travelers who have been Rockstar and Megas are watching this video. This is your moment. Get in the comments. We are a community. Let's help each other. Add your helpful tip. I want to know, what room did you do and what's one tip that you have? And don't forget, like, I'm giving you the general perks. Of course, People get away with asking for crazy things all the time, and other people get a lot of no's. It just depends, right? So share your experience and be a helpful traveler. And book your sailing with us. We'll treat you like the rock star that you are, get you a great deal, and don't forget, this video is part of an entire Rockstar playlist. Most people miss the info in the description. Don't be that guy, be a smart traveler, go look in the description. All right, let's go on to the next one, which is all the ways you're gonna feel VIP, whether with extra service, Richard's Rooftop, the ability to jump the line. Let's talk about service. As a Rockstar, you get a dedicated agent that's helping you through your cruise experience. As a Rockstar, the ratio is different. One agent will help many Rockstars, but with the megas, it's a lower ratio, right? They have fewer megas that they are taking care of. So it's a higher level of service as a mega Rockstar. Generally, as a Rockstar, you are texting with your agent in the app, and they're constantly around. So in case you have a question or you want to ask them for information about a show or help with a dinner reservation, they're around to help you out. With mega Rockstars, it's a little bit different. It's even more hands-on. And generally, a lot of people get confused about Rockstar agent versus room attendant. You have both. Your Rockstar agent is not your room attendant. So things like, I need hangers, a steamer, my room cleaned. These are your room attendants helping you out, versus your Rockstar agent is more of your concierge, helping you to navigate the ship, helping you around your in-room bar or around food and beverage. This is the difference between the people who are helping you on the ship. 2 pro tips. One of them is to push the do not disturb button. Because it's a higher level of service, they might be checking on you more often, and as long as you push that do not disturb button, the red button, they won't bother you. So that's an important one. There's one more thing about Mega Rockstar that you get from a service level, and they don't really talk about this, and that's laundry. That's both getting your clothes ironed and steamed by your Rockstar agent, or having your clothes express laundry done for you. These are just nice additional perks that are available to you as a Mega Rockstar. Richard's Rooftop. Oh, I love Richard's Rooftop. It's such a relaxing space to be in. One thing that has changed is the 5 to 6 p.m. Moet hour. Before, it used to be just Moet. Now, I love it. It's Richard's sunset hour every day of your sailing, 5 to 6 p.m. with a significantly more expanded menu. So yes, Moet's still included, but there's more options available on there now. Other things to love about Richard's, you get bigger hot tubs and you don't have to share them with the entire ship. We talked about how few rooms on the ship are Rockstar suites, right? So you're not fighting for those hot tubs. And the other thing is that you have a new menu. There's some nice bites that are available from Sun Club. Some of these items are exclusive to Richard's Rooftop. Most people miss them. You should definitely get the sushi. I enjoyed it. More tips about Richard's Rooftop in the full video in the description. Let's talk about jumping the line. This is a great one because instead of having to line up for shows really early, you have a dedicated Rockstar line. This is one of the great perks and benefits of being a Virgin Voyages Rockstar. If you're looking directly at the manor, normally the Rockstar line is to the right instead of to the left, and your black wearable is what helps the team to know that you can skip the line. When you're at the red room, normally you line up on the right. Instead, if you're looking at the red room door, it will be on the left. It depends on the shows, but basically there's normally someone at the front that will identify you're a Rockstar and make sure you are either in that dedicated Rockstar line or are brought into the show, escorted in. Especially for things that tend to have long lines like Lola's Library on Resilient Lady or Bingo with the Diva. You can wait for a long time getting your bingo cart. This is an amazing benefit to have. Make sure you watch the Entertainment and Shows Mistakes video for more tips. Here's something that upsets a lot of Rockstars, and I try to explain it to people similar to if you have a first class flight. Can your friend who's sitting at the back of the bus, back of the plane, come board with you when it's time for your first class area to be seated? No, not really. It's the same thing for Rockstars. You can't bring your friends who are in a sea terrace or inside a room to board through the special VIP entrance when you're getting onto the ship. You can't bring your friends to Richard's Rooftop. They didn't pay for Rockstar. It doesn't really work that way. Do people break the rules all the time? Yeah, that's why there's more standard operating practices being put in place. You guys are ruining it for the rest of us. Stop. But there are Rockstar perks that you can invite your friends to, so let's talk about that. The first one is to enjoy your early priority dinners. In other words, if you are dining with your friends and if you have linked your reservations together in the app, then you'll be able to 15 days in advance of all other sailors, be able to book your dinners together, which means if you're sitting all together, good, you go book that dinner using your Rockstar perk in advance, 60 days in advance. Does that mean you can book all of theirs for just the two of them without you? No, it doesn't work that way. It's when you're dining all together. The other one is if you're headed to Bimini. Bimini has a specific Rockstar area. No, your friends can't go enjoy that area with you, but if you've booked a cabana in the Rockstar area, then your friends will get a special wristband and be able to enjoy Bimini at your Rockstar cabana as well as the Rockstar area with you. Let's talk about the Thermal Suite Spa because this one has changed. So the spa that's located on the 5th deck used to have the ability for all Rockstars to enjoy it. Rockstars for a 3-hour period once during your sailing, and Mega Rockstars Unlimited. So for Rockstars, you no longer get access to the Thermal Suite Spa for free. You can access the Thermal Suite Spa paid and you get priority in booking that because it has gotten really popular and lots of people go, so you at least get priority in signing up for your window that you have to pay for. Megas, you can just show up anytime. So the spa, the Thermal Suite Spa is open from 6 a.m. to 11:30 p.m. is kind of like the last call. So you can just come anytime as a Mega. I want to talk about 2 other benefits and perks that other people don't know or talk about enough. The first one is Ship Eats. So Ship Eats, the delivery, there's now a delivery fee for Ship Eats, is included as a Rockstar. So you can have unlimited food delivered to your room. But what's changed over the last few years is how big that menu is. The food on there is still delicious, but there isn't this humongous menu that they used to have before. But it's important to know that you can order Ship Eats as a Rockstar and you don't have to pay for a delivery fee. One of the other things food related for Mega Rockstars that people don't really talk about, and I don't know if I'd really encourage this unless you're on a very long sailing and you at some point want a very quiet moment in your room, to have food from the restaurants delivered to your cabin. As a Mega Rockstar, you can have food from the restaurants delivered to your room. My argument is that it's not really meant to be served that way. That when the food sits in the Ship Eats containers and is eventually delivered to your room versus served hot on a hot plate while you were at that amazing restaurant, it tends to overcook or just not come out right versus being at the restaurant. So I kind of did it as a last ditch resort because I was filming content for you guys and JC was booking you guys. Book your sailing with us. We'll get you an amazing deal. Don't miss that in the description. But Ship Eats, great option. Food from the restaurants as a Mega is an option available to you. Consider what dishes you're going to have delivered to you if you choose to do that. The other thing that people don't talk about enough that I think is really important, and this goes back to it depends, right? I have sailed over 23 times on Virgin Voyages, and sometimes when it's disembarkation time, sometimes it's easy peasy. You just scoot right off the ship. And other times, the Miami Marathon, and everyone's flying at the same time, and something, and the line is like, oh my God, like I'm gonna be here for 2 hours trying to get off the ship. Being a Rockstar means your black band indicates to the people on your disembarkation deck that you're a Rockstar and they will escort you off the ship. As a Rockstar, you normally have a waiting area where they will bring you to, and then it's very quick to get off the ship because you're jumping the entire line. This has saved me hours as a Rockstar. As a Mega Rockstar, it brings it to a whole new level. I wear lots of outfits on the ship. I'm just gonna put it that way. I have a lot of luggage, and I did not even touch that luggage. I chose to because I was like, please let me help. But my Rockstar agent came to my stateroom, got my luggage, and literally walked me all the way off the ship. When it was time to tap my band and get off the ship, there was a porter waiting for me. Grabbed my luggage, took it all the way to, as a Mega transportation off the ship is also included. I drove in this instance at Miami Terminal V. So that porter brought my luggage all the way to my car. Do you want to know how, this is amazing. Do you know how hard it is to, these are the moments I miss Meatball. He carries all my luggage. But this made the end of my sailing so stress-free. Not enough people talk about this benefit, but depending on how busy your sailing is and how busy that day is getting off the ship, this can be a very nice way to end your sailing. Don't forget, we talked about Bimini. There's a separate Rockstar area for Rockstars and Mega Rockstars to enjoy themselves. I actually really enjoy that space. One of the things that's really nice about it, watch that video by the way, is that you don't have to go get your food. You can sit down, order from the menu, and just enjoy yourself. Plus you have one of the areas that's really awesome for taking a photo with the ship in the background. Bimini Rockstar area, thumbs up. If you're a smart traveler, I know you're coming to the end of this video and you're asking yourself, okay, Rockstar, like, is it worth it? If you're still in that stage of like, do I want to spend on the Rockstar experience? And is it worth it? I'm gonna do probably a podcast debate about it. But one of the things that I just want to ground you in is the Rockstar experience is one that just feels like a more elevated, more VIP experience on the ship. A lot of people will say, oh, I did Rockstar and I'm never going back. I 100% disagree with that. I think the Rockstar experience is fantastic. I definitely think the Rockstar experience should be one that everyone has when they're celebrating something. If you are celebrating an anniversary, a birthday, a fill in the blank, go Rockstar, absolutely. If you are trying to take a vacation, I did 11 sailings last year, yeah, I would rather go quantity because the Virgin Voyages experience in itself is amazing. And there are lots of ways to upgrade your experience in food, in spa activities, in other things that don't require going all out Rockstar. It all just depends on what makes sense for you, which is why I want to debate this over a podcast. But I do, these are all my phones. I'm trying to listen and respond to you guys as much as I can. And I know that you're asking for things like bidding on a room, and these videos take me. So I just want you to know I'm working hard for you guys, but I also appreciate you messaging me because thank you, Mike. We just repriced you on your Rockstar room and saved you literally thousands and got you better benefits. So make sure you're a smart traveler. Price compare your sailing with us. Come join me in the rest of the playlist and in the podcast. Let's debate it. Your opinion is important. Add a comment below, especially if you've done Rockstar before and you have a helpful tip. Ah, I love people that are helpful. All right, I'm hungry. I gotta go. See you in the next video. Ciao.